frequency plots. Frequency is just counting, right? Counting how many times something happens or how many times something shows up. Example, Fred full of dread wore red as he pled with the Department of Ed not to fill up his head. What is the frequency of words rhyming with Fred or Ed or dread, right? 6 of them, right? Fred, dread, red, pled, Ed, head, right? Frequency, just counting. We're going to look at 3 types of frequency plots. Just making tally marks. Sometimes called a dot plot, sometimes called a number line plot. Bar graph. I'm sure you've seen stuff like this before. We divide data up into 2 basic types: numerical data, categorical data. Numerical data is numbers, right? So if you're finding the frequency of numbers, you're saying how many 5s are in this situation or how many 9s are in this situation. Categorical data is anything that we're counting that's not numbers. So if you're looking at colors, how many blue shirts are in the room today? How many orange shirts are in the room today? How many girls are in the room today? How many boys are in the room today? How many people like Coke better than Pepsi? All of that is categorical, right? We're measuring things that aren't, or we're counting things that aren't numbers. When we're making our data displays, tally marks can be used to count both kinds of things. You can be counting categorical or numerical data. Dot plots or number line plots can only be used to show numerical data because you're using a number line to show it. And then bar graphs, technically there are types of bar graphs that can show numerical data, but the ones that we're going to work with today will only be used for categorical data. So let's look first at creating a tally and then a bar graph from this information. And this would be considered raw data, unorganized, collected data. Okay? Pets on the block. B will stand for somebody else's bird, C for cat, D for dog, F for fish, G for goat. Can only be one of those, right? O for oven. So, B, C, D, F, G, O. There are 6 categories. That's why it's called categorical data. Make a tally chart. Basically, I'm going to go through and see how many of each thing there are. So, you do that one of 2 ways. You could either say, let me go through and count all my B's first, then let me go through and count all my C's, and so on. Or you can go unit by unit and put down the tally marks as you go. So B, C, D, C, C again, G, O is where I'm at right now. Pause, relax, go somewhere else, then pick it up again right where we left off. C, D, 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 F, D. Usually when you get to 5, you put a slash across. And we're right here now. CCB, FBCC, and O to finish it off. All right, we could double check. Did we miss anything? There's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 items. Double check that there's 21 letters here. And we're all good. All right, total 21. So that's a frequency table. It should have a title, like animals on the block, maybe. Okay, bar graph. Make a bar graph. One of your 2 axes will be used to count frequency. It doesn't actually matter which one you do. You can have your bars travel this direction, or you can have your bars travel up and down, which is what I'm going to do. So, one of your axes will be labeled with your categories. Bird, cat, dog, fish, goat, other. So that'll be categories. You want technically to be using a ruler and evenly spacing out your categories. The other axis will be used to measure frequency. And it should get labeled with numbers. So just like a y-axis. You have to count by the same amount each time. You got to make sure that you'll cover your biggest number, which in our case is 8. So if I count by 2s, 2, 4, 6, 8. And then for each of these categories, you're going to use a bar to represent it, and the bar will have the height corresponding to how many animals should be represented. So my birds should have a height of 3. My cats should have a height of 8. Dogs should have a height of 5. Fish with a height of 2. Goat, 1 goat, and other, also with a height of 2. Okay, now let me point out what's bad about this graph. Line's not straight. Narrower space between that bar and that bar, wider space between that bar and that bar. Sloppy handwriting. No title. Okay. For this topic, very, very easy to make a bar graph. I'm going to want you to use a little bit of precision. All right? Use a ruler to make straight lines. Use a ruler to measure out so that you can have bars that are all approximately the same width, and the spaces between the bars each having approximately the same width. Okay? Just take a little bit of care when you're making your bar graphs. Something else, when we're reading the bar graph, if I ask what is the mode? What is the mode of this information? You might be tempted to say the mode is 2, because there are 2 categories that have a count of 2 in them. You will be wrong if you say it. Right? The mode of this categorical data is cat, because it's got the tallest bar. The most people answered cat. All right, so when you're looking at a bar graph, mode is where's the highest bar? Or if it's a sideways graph, where's the longest bar? So that's building and a little bit of reading bar graphs. Take some time, hit pause, see if you can build that bar graph, then check it against what I do. We're going to do some numerical data. All right. I'm not going to make the frequency plot. I'm just going to make the number line plot directly from this set. So let's look for our smallest number. Appears to be 4. And our largest number appears to be 12. I don't think there's anything bigger than 12. All right. So we're going to have numbers from 4 to 12. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, Again, it'd be nice if you use a ruler to make your line very straight and to make sure that your spacing is precise. Then each time a number appears up here, I'm going to put a dot on the dot plot or number line plot. So we have a 4, 8, 12, 9, 9, 8, 6, 10, 12. Okay, that's a dot plot. Needs a title. And then you're done. Again, reading this, if you wanted to look for a mode, you're not looking for the number of items in the stack. You're looking for the stack that has the most dots. So the mode for this would be 8 and 9 because the numbers 8 and 9 are the most common shoe size. Okay, the mode would not be 6. 6 is the frequency of the mode, how often the mode shows up. Same as last time, I'll give you another set, let you try it, and then you can check your dot plot against mine. Pause, try, check. See how closely yours approximates mine.